Good morning, watch fans. This is Big Jim with the Big Giant Wrist. Not quite so giant anymore. No longer 8.5 inches, now about 8.25, a little less than 8.25 inches, but still a big giant wrist. It means I have to be careful of what I buy because sometimes they don't fit. I bought this 2 years ago, and 18 months ago. I knew this wasn't going to fit, this Rolex OP39. Knew I wanted it so badly, but I knew it wasn't going to fit. Had to source 3 links to make it fit. I had a question about this fitting when I bought it 10 days ago, 12 days ago. It was a maybe, and the maybe was a no. I had to source 1 link. Still waiting on a real link. I have a Black Bay 41 link from a spare bracelet I have in here that works great. I'll show you in a second. This came on a black rubber strap that actually fits beautifully. It's a great strap. Right off the bat, the Casio Illuminator is fantastic. So we're going to talk about 2 weeks of ownership. I think it's still 11 or 12 days of ownership on the North Flag. And just been an amazing watch. It's lived on my wrist pretty much constantly. I only took it off to test the power reserve. I took it off 3.5 days ago. We're at 71 or 71.5 hours right now. And look at the power reserve. It's still up there. So that's pretty cool. So it says it's a 70-hour power reserve, but it's a little more. We know that most watch companies like to under-promise and over-deliver. And this is no exception. Tudor here has, promised 70 hours and probably delivering closer to 75, maybe even 80 hours, which is okay by me. Let's raise that power reserve up to where it belongs. The watch is still keeping amazing time. I believe it's plus 1.5 seconds. It's chronometer certified, of course. It says so on the dial. I can't complain about this watch in any way, shape, or form. I have a list of what I consider the perfect watch should be made of. It should have. It should have the wow factor first off the bat. Well, this definitely has the wow factor. It should be comfortable. This is comfortable. It should be round and it should have hands, and it can have a digital subdial, which is fine. A quartz is fine. This meets the criteria. It has to have a good bracelet. It has to have a date is my preference. To be a perfect watch, I think a perfect watch should have a date on it. But again, this is my list. Some people think a clean dial should be clean and it shouldn't have a date. I don't agree. I like the pop of color on a perfect watch. It doesn't have to be a lot of color. It can't just be the beautiful blue dial like the OP. So really, on my scale of 1 to 10, this watch is a 9.5. It's my highest rated automatic watch. And the only reason it didn't get a perfect 10 was it didn't fit. So that is right there. You can see the bracelet links. You can see these big giant H's are their North Flag links. This last link right here, before you go to the end of the bracelet, that last link is a Black Bay 41 link. You can see it's different, but you can also see that it fits. It's not quite shined up the same way. It's got a little different side brushing on it. I haven't done anything to it. I simply put it in there. It looks really good like this. You can't even tell really. Looking at it, you can't tell, but you can definitely tell when you look at the side. It's a different link. So I have, 3 or 4 different ADs here in the US that are trying to find me a link for this bracelet. Really hard to find, by the way. They do appear occasionally on eBay and Chronos 24 and a few other places, sometimes on What You Seek. And I've got saved searches for all those places, in case somebody pops up with a North Flag anything. And anyways, still looking and don't have it yet. I expect to pay between $100 and $150 for 1 link, and that's okay. I prefer 2 links, but losing weight like I have, probably want to be enough. This is definitely. I had 2 in here. I had 2 links on here from the Black Bay 41. I took one of them off because I lost enough weight. It doesn't really matter. 1 link is fine. If I lose another 50 pounds, then I won't need any links. It should be great, but we can't plan for that. That'll be 4 months down the road. I want to enjoy this now. So anyways, here's what we got. Let's talk about measurements. real quickly. What do we have here? You know, it should be 40. Yeah, 40.0 on the money. Look at that beauty. Look at that beauty. It's got articulated end links, so I don't need to measure the links. I can just measure case to case, case end to case end. Yeah, looks like it's 50 on the money. Yeah, a little bit under, I think. Yeah, 50 on the money. And how thick is it? It seems like a pretty thick watch. Yeah, 13.8, 13.9, 13. There it is. I got to go in that time. 13.5. The crown seems undersized at 6.1, but it has a nice taper on the crown and very aggressive knurling. So, you know, I can't really fault it. The bracelet is a, you know, integrated bracelet, 22.6, a very odd size, and it tapers down to, you know, 18.1, and the bracelet pops back up to 20. Yeah, so, you know, very good dimensions, very nice size, very nice flat black with the yellow pop and the nice lume. It's got really good lume, by the way. Really got no issues with this watch at all. It's a good presentation. Tudor pulled it from the ADs a couple of years ago. I was literally looking at this watch 2 years ago online. Went to an AD. I'd called about a week prior. They said they had one. I got there. They had it taken out of the cabinet. All they had was a couple other Tudors I didn't really care for at the time, and they said the AD had pulled all these watches to North America. So I don't know what the deal is with that, but they did. And they discontinued the watch. So, you know, it was introduced in 2015 as a brand new departure for them. They were really focusing on the Black Bay back then as their big money maker and their big pop of everything. And you know, this watch was a mild success for them, but they removed it from the catalog. Don't sell it anymore. So I love the watch. I'm really happy with it. I got nothing to complain about. So, you know, here it is on my wrist. Everything about it is really, really great. And I'm a happy Tudor North Flag owner. So I want you all to have a great one. I will see you next time around and think of something else cool to talk about. Take care.